Have you ever felt like your English is stuck?
You study, you listen, you watch videos, you learn new words, but somehow your English still feels the same.
And that can be frustrating because you are working hard, so you expect to feel progress.
First, let's say this clearly. If you feel stuck, it does not mean you are bad at English.
Very often, it means your practice is too passive. Research on learning shows that people remember better when they actively try to use and recall information, not only review it.
So today, we want to talk about how to break free of the English plateau. And more importantly, how to make English part of your day.
Not just something you watch, not just something you listen to, but something you live.
So, what is the English plateau?
It is that moment when your progress feels flat. Not terrible, not amazing, just flat.
At the beginning of learning English, progress feels exciting. You learn basic words. You build simple sentences. Every week, you can feel the difference.
But later, things change. You know more words, you understand more videos. Maybe grammar exercises feel easier, but real speaking still feels difficult.
Someone asks you, "So, how was your day?" And suddenly, your mind goes blank.
You know the words, but they do not come out.
And that is where many learners get confused. They think, maybe I need more vocabulary, or maybe I need more grammar.
Sometimes that is true, but very often that is not the real problem. The real problem is this: you know English, but you are not using English enough.
This is the big difference between passive English and active English. Passive English is when you read, listen, or watch, and that kind of learning is useful.
Very useful. Listening helps your ear. Reading helps vocabulary. Podcasts help rhythm. Videos help pronunciation.
So passive learning is not bad. The problem starts when passive learning becomes your only habit.
Because language is not only about understanding. Language is also about doing. Speaking is active. Writing is active. Explaining is active. Asking is active. Answering is active.
It is a little like cooking. Watching cooking videos can help you, but at some point, you have to go into the kitchen.
Exactly. You cannot become a better cook just by saying, "Wow, that pasta looks amazing."
Sadly, no. And English works the same way. You cannot become a more confident speaker only by understanding content. At some point, you must use the language.
So here is the shift that can change everything. English must become part of your day.
Not just part of your study time, part of your real life.
Your mornings, your routines, your small decisions, your little daily moments.
And no, this does not mean you need to move to another country. It does not mean you need perfect pronunciation tomorrow. And it does not mean you need hours and hours every day.
It means something much simpler. Give English a place in your normal life.
Let's make this practical. What does that look like?
First idea: start your morning in English. When you wake up, say a few simple things. I'm still tired. I need coffee. Today is going to be busy. I have 2 meetings today. I need to leave at 8:30.
These are simple sentences, but they are powerful because they are real. This is your life. Not some strange textbook sentence like, "The lamp is next to the purple elephant."
Poor textbook English. Real life is better. Second idea: describe what you are doing during the day.
When you cook, clean, walk, or drive, speak a little English. I'm washing the dishes. I'm cutting onions. I'm looking for my keys again. I'm running late. There is too much traffic today.
This kind of practice is excellent because your brain starts to connect English with action, not just with study.
And that matters a lot, because when English connects to real moments, it becomes easier to remember. Third idea, change small parts of your phone life into English.
Your shopping list, your to-do list, your reminders, your calendar notes.
Buy bread. Call the dentist. Finish report. Pay the internet bill. Text mom back.
These are not classroom words. These are your words. And that is exactly why they help. Fourth idea, record a 1-minute voice note every day.
Just 1 minute. At the end of the day, open your phone and speak. You can answer simple questions like, what did I do today? What was easy today? What was difficult? How do I feel right now? What do I want to do tomorrow?
And please do not wait until your English is perfect. That is not how progress works. Practice comes first. Confidence comes later.
Today, I worked a lot. I had 2 meetings. I felt tired in the afternoon, but I finished my work. Tomorrow, I want to wake up earlier. That is real English, honest English, useful English. Fifth idea, turn watching into doing.
This is a big one. A lot of learners watch videos in English and then stop there. Try adding one small action after every video.
Summarize it. Repeat one useful sentence. Write one new phrase. Give your opinion. Tell someone what it was about.
Let's say you watch a short video about healthy habits. The main idea was that small habits matter. One useful phrase was, build a routine. My example is, I want to build a better morning routine.
That small extra step changes everything. Now the content is active. Now your brain has to use the language.
And this leads to something very important. Sometimes learners think they need more information, more grammar, more vocabulary, more videos, more notes.
But many times, the next step is not more input, it is more use.
Because fluency is not only about what you know, it is also about how quickly you can reach what you know.
And the best way to improve that is to use English again and again in small, real moments. Let's imagine 2 learners. Sarah studies English for 1 hour every night. She watches lessons, she reads grammar notes, she highlights vocabulary.
Daniel studies for only 30 minutes, but during the day, he also uses English. He speaks to himself. He makes voice notes. He writes his to-do list in English. He describes his lunch in English. He summarizes short videos out loud.
After a few months, who sounds more natural? Very often, Daniel.
Not because he is smarter, not because he has more talent, but because English became part of his day.
That is the difference. Small, active contact. Again and again.
Now, let's be real for a moment. Active English can feel uncomfortable.
Yes, passive learning feels safe. When you watch a video, nobody hears your mistakes. When you read silently, nobody sees you struggle.
But when you speak, you may pause. When you write, you may feel slow. When you explain an idea, you may forget a word.
And that does not mean you are failing. Very often, it means you are growing.
Not every uncomfortable moment is a bad sign. Sometimes it is proof that your brain is working.
So here is a simple daily system you can try. We call it the 3-part English day.
Part 1. Input. 10 minutes. Read or listen to something in English. A short article, a podcast clip, a page from a book.
Part 2. Output. 5 minutes. Say something or write something about it. Summarize it. Explain it simply. Give your opinion.
Part 3. Real-life English. 5 minutes. Use English in your day. Describe what you are doing. Plan tomorrow. Make a voice note. Write a shopping list.
That is only 20 minutes, but it is active. And active practice changes things.
So, if you feel stuck right now, we want to tell you something important. The plateau is not the end. It does not mean you cannot improve.
Usually, it means you need a new method, not a new dream.
So maybe stop saying, "My English is bad. I have no talent. I will never be fluent."
Try this instead. I need more active practice. I need English in my real life. I need to use what I already know.
Sometimes the next level is not hidden in a new textbook. Sometimes it is hidden in your normal day, in your breakfast, in your commute, in your notes, in your voice, in your routine.
So let's leave you with this. If English is only something you watch, your progress may become slow.
But when English becomes part of your mornings, your routines, your thoughts, and your actions, it starts to feel real.
And when English feels real, it becomes easier to speak, easier to remember, easier to trust.
You do not need perfect grammar every second. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need a perfect plan.
You need contact. You need repetition. And most of all, you need action.
So today, do one small thing in English. Record a voice note. Describe your evening. Write tomorrow's plan. Not someday, today.
Because the way out of the plateau is not more waiting. It is more using.
And we are cheering for you.
Always.
See you next time.
See you next time.